Scorpio, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Scorpio love reading. Now, if this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking on that little bell icon so you always get notified anytime I post a new Scorpio tarot reading for you. Let's get on with this Scorpio love reading today, because today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you here in February 2023. Then I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Scorpio, 3 cards for your person. Then I'm going to clarify everything with a second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get on with it. Let's get started by getting one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Scorpio and their romantic person of interest here in February 2023, please. Okay, let's get 3 cards for you, Scorpio. What's going on with Scorpio as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them here in February 2023. Let's get 2 more for Scorpio, please. Okay. Get 3 for your person. What's going on with Scorpio's romantic person of interest as it relates to Scorpio and the connection between them here in February 2023? Let's get 1 more for Scorpio. Okay, we're taking 2 more. That's fine. That's cool. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the 8 of Swords. This is Gemini energy. This is being stuck in your heads about something. This is like thinking about something over and over and over again on this repeating loop in your mind and not really being sure what the safe move to make is, what the safe step to take is. It's like feeling stuck and trapped and blocked because you don't know what to do here, and thinking about it over and over again and just grinding on it, trying to figure that out. This a lot of times ends up being a self-imposed mental prison of your own thoughts. In other words, like thinking about it the way you're thinking about it is actually the thing that's making you feel like you're stuck. You're probably not nearly as stuck as you think you are, but the way you're representing it in your mind is causing you to feel that way. It looks like it's related to forward movement in a love connection or a love offer of some kind. This Knight of Cups. Knights are action takers. Cups are about love and emotions. So this is actions toward love and emotions, moving forward with romantic gestures, flirtatious behavior, like a love offer of some kind, like trying to move forward with that or advance a love connection in some way, and being stuck grinding on that. Right under that is Strength, which is a Leo major arcana card. This is a card that tells me that this is a very difficult situation that you guys are going through, and it's requiring a tremendous amount of internal strength in order to make it through it. It's telling me you have the internal strength to make it through it. You're just being forced to dig down deep and tap into it so that you can make it through it. This can also be an energy of someone who is trying to rein themselves in, like trying to hold themselves back, trying to tame that beast inside themselves, not let themselves move forward too fast on something and end up making some kind of a mistake that they regret later. So you could be grinding on moving forward in a love connection, trying to hold yourself back from that, or this could just be a really difficult spot that you're in and you can't get this idea of moving forward in a love connection out of your head for some reason. Right underneath that, I have the High Priestess, which is she who knows. She sits in front of the veil of consciousness, so she's got access to all the information that you and I as humans don't have access to. She sees everything, she knows everything. The problem with her is that she doesn't always tell us everything. Sometimes there's stuff we're just not meant to know. Sometimes there's stuff that we don't need to know until it's time for us to know, at which point she clues us in through our intuition, through signs, synchronicities, gut feelings, dreams with messages in them. She represents the intuition. She represents the unconscious mind, which is where your intuition lives. It's where your connection to spirit, source, the universe, psychic abilities, she's where that stuff lives inside your unconscious mind. So she represents that internal knowing that you have, like that divine guidance that you have. Now, Scorpio is the most intuitive sign in the zodiac. So not surprising at all that you've got the High Priestess showing up here. Usually she represents that there's something that you don't have all the facts on. You don't have like the physical information in front of you. You can't see everything physically with your eyes, yet you know anyway. You have some internal knowing of what's going on. You're probably getting gut feelings about something here. Maybe the gut feelings are what you're trying to resist. This is like resisting a piece of yourself. It could also be that you have a conflict between your conscious mind and your unconscious mind. The swords represent conscious thoughts, like your conscious mind thinking. And this is much more feeling and knowing versus thinking. Could be that your unconscious, your feelings, your gut, your intuition is telling you one thing, and that's making you kind of like hold back, maybe resist against it as it relates to moving forward in a love connection here, and thinking about it over and over again, probably not wanting to make some kind of a mistake here, or feeling like it doesn't really matter where I step, maybe it's going to be a mistake either way. And it could also be that you've got some grinding going on here about someone making forward advancements in a love offer, possibly either with you or with someone else, and you're trying to tame that beast inside yourself. Scorpio is also that sign that you just don't want to mess with. You don't want to piss a Scorpio off, because it's not going to end pleasantly. Trust me, I know. I'm a Scorpio rising, Scorpio Uranus. I'm wearing my Scorpio Major Arcana Death shirt here. Like, this is... We're going to have to come back to this as we move along. This is the overall energy, like the overall gist of what this reading is probably going to talk to me about. So we'll come back to that as we need to. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that is affecting both of you here in February 2023. It doesn't always affect you both exactly the same way. Sometimes it's a case of they did something and now you're feeling this way, or they did this and you're feeling some kind of way about it, or vice versa. Sometimes this can be shared energy that's like external to you guys, and it's legitimately affecting you both. But this shared energy affecting you here in February is the Eight of Cups. This is Pisces energy. This is a card of emotional detachment, like emotionally detaching, physically walking away. The person on the card is walking away from 8 full cups of love, and they're doing that because they believe they are worth more than 8 cups. They believe there's something better than just 8 cups. This person knows that they deserve the 9th and the 10th cup, and they're leaving what they have behind to go off in search of that 9th and 10th cup. Their own personal happiness, their own personal wish fulfillment, and then that happy fairy tale love connection that we all dream of. So let's clarify this and see what we can find out here. Tell me more about the Eight of Cups. Why is this the shared energy affecting Scorpio and their person in February? Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. This is a change in the luck and fortune of something. This can be things were going great, and now the wheel spins the other way, the luck and fortune changes, and now suddenly it goes to hell in a handbasket pretty quick. This can also be the opposite of that. If things have been going bad, which we've got 8 of Swords, like not good mental energy. You got 8 of Cups, not good emotional energy. If things have been going bad, this could be the wheel spinning the other way and things straighten themselves out. This can be the Wheel of Fate, the Wheel of Destiny. Can represent a fated event, can represent divine timing, like what's supposed to happen is going to happen. There's not really anything you can do about that. And moreover, it's what's going to happen is going to happen when it's supposed to, and there's nothing you can do to speed it up or slow it down. In terms of zodiac signs, this would represent the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac: Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. Right under that, though, I've got the Knight of Pentacles. Slowest moving knight in the deck. This is very slow forward movement, like monotonous, one step at a time, not being in a hurry, not being in a rush, like slow and steady wins the race. Like that story, the tortoise and the hare. This damn sure ain't the hare. This is the tortoise, like snail's pace here. It can sometimes represent a person who knows what they're supposed to do, but just isn't doing it for some reason. Now, what I saw here was potentially intuition, gut feelings talking to you, maybe, or to your person, maybe resisting against that and conscious mind getting in the way. Not sure if this is talking about one or both of you knowing what you're supposed to do and not, or if this is just talking about the monotony, the very slow movement. If this is slow movement, this would be like trying to watch a flower grow. You know, you could stare at it all day long and nothing's going to happen. It looks like no movement is happening, no progress is being made. Actually, it is moving, it is making progress. You just can't tell from where you're sitting. When this can represent divine timing, like it's going to happen when it's supposed to and not a moment sooner, and this is feeling like forced patience and like I want this to happen a lot quicker than I'm seeing it happen. This is like a frustrating type of an energy, and when you're going through this, it's really hard to tell the difference between this Knight of Pentacles and the actual Hanged Man, where there is no progress. So whatever this is, it looks like it's not going as fast as you or your person want, or maybe both of you want. Knight of Swords right under that. This is very stark contrast to this Knight of Pentacles. Slowest knight in the deck, fastest knight in the deck. This feels like a spot where you're both looking, one or both of you is looking for this super fast pace here, and you're getting this slow pace. If this is about rushing forward and taking some rapid, decisive action on something, or rushing forward and speaking the truth about something, if this is representing a person, it would be somebody who comes rushing in super fast, and they're not going to sit down and read the instruction manual or do any thinking about what to do in this situation. This is the person who comes rushing in fast without thinking about it first. They're not thinking about it while they're taking the action. They come in, they do it, they rush back out very quickly, very abruptly, and they don't think about it until afterwards. Looks like that may have happened. There's the Nine of Wands right behind that. Sagittarius energy of being walled off and defensive. This is also a card of healing, though. This is the wounded warrior, and he's been hurt. Hence this wall he builds around himself. That wall is like a defense mechanism. It's like the thing he puts around himself as a way to protect himself, because he's been hurt and he doesn't want to continue to get hurt. He doesn't want to get hurt again. Hence the wall he puts up. But if you notice, the wall is just a bunch of sticks in the ground. Like if I wanted to get to him and actually hurt him, those sticks are not going to keep me out. It's not going to keep him safe. So the wall that comes up is usually a wall that doesn't actually protect anything. It's just more of like a fence that keeps you trapped and not lets you get out, as opposed to keeping the pain out here. This is telling me someone has been hurt here. There's definitely an emotional detaching. This Eight of Cups can also represent the grass is greener on the other side of the fence syndrome, where somebody's like, yeah, this might be a better opportunity over here, and I can't get that out of my head. I keep getting stuck grinding on that over and over and over again, grinding on this love offer, this advancement that I could make, and I'm struggling like hell to try and stop myself from doing it, but I just can't stop myself from doing it. So I got to go see if the grass is greener on the other side. If that's the case, this is the kind of person who makes that decision consciously, but they're doing it with like hesitation. They're doing it with like uncertainty about that. And it's pretty often that the person finds out the grass ain't really greener on the other side of the fence, and the fence and what side of it it's on has nothing to do with how green the grass is. What it has to do with is, where are you pouring yourself into it? Where are you watering the grass? Where are you putting like nurturing into the grass? Because that's where it's going to be greener, not on the other side of the fence. So they find out it's not greener. Oftentimes they try to come back. Could be that they took some very spontaneous action, or someone took some spontaneous action, and that's triggered some defense mechanisms here. It's triggered some painful thing, and now the walls are up. This can represent that there is a barrier between the two of you. There's a barrier in like something changing and moving forward at the speed you would like to see it move, and it's probably to the point where now someone's just emotionally detached here. It could be any of that stuff. Clarifying this Eight of Cups, I got the Knight of Cups again, the Nine of Cups, and the Page of Wands. First thing I noticed when I saw this is the forward movement into the future from both of these front and back cards here. We've already seen this Knight of Cups. It's the second card down in the overall energy. Actions toward love and emotions. Moving forward with a love offer or a love connection, trying to advance that in some way. Which doesn't really jive with the whole idea of being emotionally detached, unless there's an emotional detachment from moving forward, which it doesn't seem to be, because if that's the case, why is somebody so stuck in their head about it? Could be someone's thinking, the grass is greener on the other side. I'm going to go advance that way, because they can't get that concept out of their mind. Nine of Cups is next. This is Pisces energy. This is a singles energy. This is like being emotionally single. It's a step backwards from the Ten of Cups, which is most people's goal in love and relationships. It's that happy fairy tale love connection we all want, that happy fairy tale romance that we all want, where two people are combined together in terms of love and emotions, and everyone's happy and fully in love with each other. This is a step backwards from that. This is singles, I'm emotionally by myself type of an energy here. It can also be someone who's kind of smug. It can also represent like someone who is like self-centered and like, I'm driven by my own personal wish fulfillment, my own personal happiness, and that's leading me to move forward to go after my own personal happiness. Again, that's one of the meanings of the Eight of Cups. It's like I'm leaving these 8 cups behind and going off in search of my 9th and my 10th cup, thinking maybe there's something better out there for me. Page of Wands is the last clarifier here. This is news, messages, communications about passion and desire. So passionate messages being exchanged. This is like the minor arcana version of the Fool. So the Fool is about taking that blind leap of faith. Like, you know what, screw it. I don't need to know how this is going to work out. I don't need to know what all the steps are from beginning to end before I take the first step. The Fool's just like, I'm just going to jump off the cliff. I'm going to go for it, and I'll worry about how to grow wings on my way down. I'll figure this out as I move along. Well, this is a much more toned down version of that energy. This is not throw caution to the wind and just leap off the cliff. This is someone who has the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path towards something there's passion and desire for. Like, I'm gonna take the first step on this and follow my passion and my desire and see what happens. That could be something that's turned this situation around. Could be why there's this being stuck in the head aspect here. They could have emotionally detached, decided to go down a brand new path toward their own 9 and 10 cups, their own happiness and fulfillment, move forward into the future, going after what makes them happy. Not uncommon at this stage in the reading that I don't fully understand what this is trying to tell me. I'm going to come back to this again as I go through your energy, Scorpio, because then I'll be able to see how it relates to you. I'll come back to it again as I go through your person's energy, because then I can see how it relates to them. But that's the shared energy affecting you both in February 2023. Your energy in this connection is the Star, the Two of Wands, and there's that Wheel of Fortune again. The Star. This is a card of healing. It's a card of hope. This can be a card of divine guidance. This can be, in a love reading, it can signify that you think that this person is the one for you, or you feel that they're the one for you. You feel guided toward them. This is also card 17 of the major arcana. Card 16, the card right before this in the sequence, is the Tower. So you don't make it to the Star energy without going through a Tower moment of some kind first. And when a Tower happens, it's a collapse of something. It's something comes falling apart. Some important structure that you've built in your life collapses and comes apart. Whether that's a connection, a relationship, or even a belief system about the way you thought this situation was, the way you thought this relationship was. Something along those lines collapses. And when that happens, it's really hard to see your way moving forward from here. It's really hard to tell if you're on the right path anymore, or where the path even is for that matter. And the Star is the guiding light from the universe that shows up to light the way for you so you can see your path moving forward. It's where your hope comes from. It's where your healing comes from. This can't even be a card of wish fulfillment here. So let's take a look at the Star here. Why is the Star here for Scorpio? It's their first card in their energy in this connection. On the bottom of the deck, 3 of Swords. This is Libra energy. This is heartbreak and sadness, usually from a third energy. Now, that third energy does not always have to be a romantic third person. It doesn't have to be a third party love triangle thing that causes this external energy that makes a heartbreaking situation. Literally anything that we humans do enough of is going to start to pick up its own energy. So like my business has picked up its own energy at this time. It affects me, it affects my family, it affects the people close to me. So career, work, that can create the third energy. Anything we do too much of, like partying too much, going out too much, like eating too many Doritos, watching too much television, that can become a third energy. An addiction, geographic distance can be a third energy. Nosy friends, nosy family members, nosy neighbors, co-workers, anybody that's not you, that's not your person, sticking their nose where it doesn't belong, would qualify as that third energy. And really, it could be so many different things. If you're asking the question in your mind, like, well, could it be blank? Yeah, it could be. If it's not you, if it's not your person, it could be that as the third energy. But there is some sort of heartbreaking situation that has happened here, and there's this feeling of needing to heal it or having the hope that it can be healed. Probably stuck in your head grinding on that, and at the same time it being such an intense feeling that you might be contemplating emotionally detaching from it. Not sure how this applies yet. Right under this Three of Swords is the Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy of work, putting in the work, putting in the time, effort, and energy to get what it is that you want, being willing to put in the work, the time, effort, and energy to get what you want. This would be like, I've got this heartbreaking thing, I have the hope it can be healed, I have at least the willingness to put the work in to try and heal this. And then I've got the Ace of Swords under it. This is the sword of truth, it's the sword of victory, it's the sword of clarity. It's also the sword you would use to make a decision with, like to cut the other options off and be left with only one option. That's in fact what the word decision actually means. The Latin word decision comes from, literally means to cut off, like cutting off the other options till there's only one left. This can't even be the sword you use to sever a relationship with. So it's hard to tell exactly what this is about, whether this is you having the hope that we get some clarity on whether we can work on this and fix it, or maybe there's some truth that you need in order to be able to put the work in to fix this, to continue having the hope. This could be that there was a severing in the connection, and hence the reason why there's heartbreak and sadness and the willingness to work on it and grinding on it and hoping that it can be healed. So take that however it resonates for you. Clarifying the star, I got the Two of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. I just had these two cards come out the same order in the Cancer reading. I don't see any Cancer energy when I have one Cancer card out here so far. I've got some Pisces out here a couple of times. I've got some Aquarius, some Aries, some fixed sign of Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, some Gemini, a little bit of Cancer, and some more Pisces, some Scorpio, some Libra. You could be dealing with any of those signs. Hell, you could be dealing with any sign. This is a collective reading. It's going to be really hard for me to pin down who you are dealing with personally, because I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person the same way I would in a personal reading. I'm tapping into the collective energy of a really large group of Scorpio people that I'm supposed to get messages for. So I'm going to continue to call out all the signs as I go through this reading, all the ones that stick out to me, just in case they mean anything to you. But the first clarifier for your star energy is the Two of Wands. This is Aries energy. Twos are always decisions or choices. This is a fork in the road. It's a crossroads in your life, a crossroads in this connection. It's a decision point, and it's a decision about which path leads me to the world that I really want, and which path do I have to leave behind in order to get there. So you have some sort of a choice to make about what it is you really want. I'm not 100% sure you're completely solidified on what it is that you really want, because you're grinding on it and you're not sure what the safe step to take is, and because your very next card I'll clarify next is also this same Two of Wands. So you've got this concept of what is it that I want, which path do I go down to get it, which path do I have to leave behind to get it. You've got this out here surrounding the star energy, like having the hope that it can be healed, but probably not fully decided on if that's exactly what you want or not. Next, we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is most people's goal in the physical reality. It's maximum stability, maximum abundance, maximum prosperity. This is like that stable, happy home life that we all want. It's even like the combining together of two people or two families and all their assets and resources into one, making that happy, stable home life we all want. This would be like being married or living together, or being like those committed people that are going down the path toward living together or being married. And then I have the Ace of Pentacles, which is going the completely opposite direction. This is the finality of, like, the completion of the minor arcana version of this suit, and this is the beginning step. So we're going from the 10 all the way back to the 1 again, like starting over at the beginning here. This is the seed that has the potential to grow into the 10 of Pentacles. It's not the 10 of Pentacles. It could get there, but it's going to take work. It's going to take time, effort, and energy in order to go from the seed to the full-blown 10. And it looks like we had the 10, or that could be the belief that collapsed in the tower that's not actually out here, but I know that happened because the star is here. You don't make it to the star without the tower. We could have had this whole combined together lives. We could have been going down that path, and now something has happened to reset that back to the beginning. This is also an ace, which means it's an opportunity, and the pentacles are physical, real world, tangible things. So this is some physical, tangible, physical opportunity that presented itself here, or is currently presenting itself. Not sure which yet. I will admit, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like some positive opportunity. It almost feels like someone had the means to do something physical. I've got what could be a third party. At minimum, it's a heartbreaking situation with the third energy involved. I've got this forward movement into the future, which on the table is leading away from you and your side of the table, advancing a love connection, taking the first steps down a new path toward passion, desire, passionate messages, detaching emotionally and walking away. Not sure here. Two of Wands is your central energy. Again, that fork in the road, that decision point. Which path leads you to the world that you want, and which path do you have to leave behind to get it? Tell me about this Two of Wands for Scorpio. Why is that central to their energy, please? Well, this is very... Bottom of the deck. Knight of Swords. Fastest knight in the deck. Very decisive, rapid action taking, probably abrupt, spontaneous, not well thought through in advance, not thought about while it's being done, just action taken, coming in, doing it, leaving, and not thinking about it until after the fact. Wheel of Fortune right behind that. This type of an action taking caused a change here. It caused a turn of events here. It changed the luck and fortune of this connection. It could be why I'm seeing the need to heal, because we were probably combined together, you two, physically, and then some opportunity presented itself. A path was chosen that probably led the opposite way of you and towards someone else. They didn't think about it at all. They just did it, and boom, turn of events. Shit went to hell in a handbasket. Again, in the first column of cards, your first clarifier is the Two of Wands, and that was the very next card I'm clarifying. Now here, on the bottom of the deck, I've got the Wheel of Fortune, and that's the next card for you that I'm going to clarify next. So that's happened all the way through your energy so far. This feels like this fork in the road here wasn't your choice about what is it that you want. It was probably this person's choice, and their choice wasn't well thought through, very spontaneously acted on, and it changed things in this connection. Knight of Pentacles again. So yeah, this can be divine timing. This could be things are moving way slower than you want to see them moving. But this can also represent like this person that did some stuff really quickly without thinking about it. They changed everything. This can be an energy of someone who knows what they're supposed to do and doesn't do it for some reason. He's holding the Ace of Pentacles. He's holding this seed that has the potential for everything. It's the seed of abundance. And the fields behind him are empty. He knows he has the damn seed. He's got it in his freaking hands, and he's looking right at it, yet he hasn't done anything with it. He hasn't planted it, and nothing's growing because of it. So It can definitely represent a person who knows what they should do but doesn't do it for some reason. Now when I clarify this Two of Wands, I get the Magician, the Five of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Moon. The Magician is the Mac Daddy master manifester of the whole tarot deck. This is someone with all the tools, abilities, resources, like everything they need to manifest or create from nothing, whatever it is their will desires. He's got all four aces on the table in front of him. The aces are the four wands of the four suits, 1111, which is the number of manifesting. This is either you trying to manifest actively what it is that you want, but this is also a person whose thoughts and actions have manifested their reality, has created the situation that they're in. So if this is your person who's not thought things through very well and chosen a path all spontaneously that went a different way than you, this would be telling me that they are the one that created that situation that we're looking at here. Next, I have the Five of Cups. This is Scorpio energy. It's sadness and remorse about the past. It's about being focused on these three cups that have been spilled and all the love and emotions that were spilled, all the time, effort, and energy that was spilled and wasted. And behind them in the background is the Two of Cups, which is a connection between two people, an emotional connection. But here the person doesn't have their focus on the connection that's still there. Here what they're focused on is the past. And they're feeling what they felt in the past. That's what the card is mainly about, that whatever a person focuses on is literally going to determine the emotions they experience. So if you're focused on the past, you're going to feel what you felt in the past. If you focus on something that you've lost, you're going to feel that loss. If you focus on something that you believe is missing from your life, you're going to feel that gap in your life. So this is about a person's focus being in the wrong spot and causing them to feel negative, lower vibrational emotions and energies because of it. This can also be a person who chose a path and it's showing up on your side because what they did is strongly affecting you. They chose a path, they created through their thoughts and their actions a situation that now they have sadness and remorse and probably guilt and regrets about. They're facing this direction on the table, looking at those three spilled cups, also facing this Ten of Pentacles card, which would be the combined lives, combining together, like marriage, living together, building a life together. Next, we have the Nine of Wands again. This again is Sagittarius energy of being walled off and defensive. That's the wounded warrior. He's been hurt. So here you've been hurt. Their actions have created a situation where you have sadness, you have heartbreak and sadness, you've gotten hurt here, and walls have come up, like defense mechanisms have been triggered. This is like trying to protect myself so I don't get hurt anymore. I don't want to be hurt anymore. I'm trying to heal so I can get my energy right and move forward. Again, first card in your energy is always going to be the most important card, and it's a card of healing, a card that comes after the Tower. So definitely something bad has happened that you got hurt by, probably based on their actions and the path they chose and the advancements that they made and the emotionally detaching that they did. And I think you're looking for an opportunity to heal this, but at the same time walling yourself off from that opportunity because you don't want to get hurt again, and you probably don't want to give them the chance to hurt you again. And it could even be that they had a physical opportunity present itself to do something they shouldn't have done, and they acted on that, and that is the thing, the action that they took that they're sad and remorseful and regretful about, and that you're feeling hurt by. Final clarifier for that Two of Wands is the Moon. This is Pisces energy of fear, worry, anxiety, like usually based on uncertainty. Like when the moon's out, it's dark outside. You can't see the full path in front of you. So this would be being uncertain if I'm on the right path or not. Is this the right path for me? Did I make a wrong turn somewhere? Did I pick the wrong person? It can be that kind of uncertainty causing fear, worry, and anxiety. At the bad end of this kind of an energy, it can be an illusion of some kind. It can be, the magician, if this is a distorted version of the magician energy, it goes from being a master manifester to a master manipulator. This could be some sort of an illusion. This could be a secret being kept. This could be something being hidden in the dark from you that you're not aware of, which I kind of already alluded to at the very beginning of this with that high priestess. Like, there's something you don't have all the physical facts on, but you know anyway. And both of these cards can represent something being hidden from you, some secret, something you don't have all the information about. Both of these cards can represent the unconscious mind, the intuition, your connection to that stuff. And I'll be damned, right under that high priestess is the magician again, which is right here in this column of cards where I'm clarifying. The master manifester, the person whose thoughts and actions create the world around him. There could be something going on that you don't know, some secret being kept from you. And even though you don't have the facts, you got the feelings, the intuition that tells you something's off here. Could be why your wall has come up. It could be you just have this massive level of uncertainty about which path do I personally choose to go down, regardless of what they do. Like, do I take them back? Do I give them a chance to heal this and fix it? Do I give them that opportunity, or do I keep my wall up so they don't hurt me again? And I'm uncertain about that. And again, the overall energy is being stuck in your head, grinding on it, and not being sure what's the safe step to take here. And like feeling stuck and trapped and blocked. And like I said, this wall doesn't actually protect you from getting hurt. It just keeps you walled off. It keeps you stuck. It's like fencing yourself off into the corner of the yard to where you can't actually get to the thing that you want, and grinding on it. Final card in your energy, Scorpio, is that Wheel of Fortune. Again, we've already seen it a couple times. The Wheel of Fate, the Wheel of Destiny. So it can be a fated event. It could be divine timing. It could be a change in the luck and fortune where the wheel has now spun the other way and everything went to hell in a handbasket. This could be the universe, spirit, source, God, however you personally view that, turning the wheel in the background, trying to make sure things line up for you the way they're supposed to line up so that what's supposed to happen for you can actually happen. So let's clarify that. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Why is that here the final card of Scorpio's energy for February 2023? Here's the Wheel of Fortune here. Let's get one more on the Wheel of Fortune for Scorpio, please. Where's the Wheel of Fortune here? Thank you. Bottom of the deck. Again, we saw this last time. Knight of Swords. Fastest knight in the deck. Rapid, decisive action. Not thinking about the action first or while it's happening. Just doing it, splitting, and then thinking about it once it's too late to do anything about it. I think that type of very spontaneous action changed everything in this connection. Yeah, bottom of that is the Six of Swords. Aquarius energy of moving forward into calmer waters. It's about leaving these rough, choppy waters of the past behind and moving forward toward what it is that you want. At its core, this is about moving away from the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a mentally and psychologically painful situation or a painful event. It can be a betrayal. It can be a big fight. It can be a conflict. The Five of Swords is hardly ever a good energy. In fact, I can't think of a single time where it has been a good energy. This is about moving away from something painful, moving away from pain and toward what you want. But the woman and the child and the swords in the boat represent that there is an implied choice here with this forward movement. And the choice is like, look, this painful thing has already happened. It's in the past. You can't change it now. It's already spun the wheel. You can't undo that. So your choice isn't about what's already happened. Your choice is about moving forward. And when you move forward, are you going to carry the burden the painful thing caused you into your future with you? Or are you going to leave that burden behind and carry forward into your future the lessons the painful thing taught you? That way that stuff never happens to you again. So this is an energy of leaving something in the past and moving away from it and moving forward into the future. Sometimes this is leaving the person in the past. Sometimes it's, okay, you did this stuff, it sucked, but I'm not going to carry that grudge forward and be burdened by that. We're going to leave this in the past where it belongs and move forward without that together. I don't think that's the case though, because not only do I have this very spontaneous, not thought out action taker, right behind it I have the Fool, which is, like I said, someone who throws caution to the wind. Son of a bitch, it's out here central to your person's energy. So is the Moon. This is somebody who just says, you know what, screw it, I'm going to go for it. I'll figure it out as I move along. I'm just going to do it, period. This can represent risk-taking behavior, foolish behavior, taking risks outside of the connection type of behavior. Like that happened, just boom, spontaneously. I want to clarify this Wheel of Fortune. King of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, Page of Pentacles. This is King of Pentacles is Virgo or Taurus energy. This would be one half of the equation that builds this Ten of Pentacles, that combining together of lives. It could be marriage or living together. This would be like the husband figure. This would be like the father figure, the stable, committed dude that I'm building my life around, that I'm building my world with. And it's like they've changed everything. It's sitting right beside the Magician. They're the ones whose thoughts and actions created the situation I'm reading here. And probably because they chose a path that led some other direction than you. Following the wands are about passion, desire. It's the phallic symbol of the deck, so it can represent the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy, sex. They made a decision based on that. And I'm missing the Queen of Pentacles, which would be the other half of that Ten of Pentacles equation. They work together as equals to build this, and I don't see the Queen out here. I see someone who is probably very self-centered and thinking about me, myself, and I. And what do I want physically? What do I want in terms of passion and desire? I didn't think whatsoever with my brain. I probably thought with my wand and just did it. Just said, screw it, I'm going to do it. What's the worst that can happen, right? And this is probably the change, the thing that caused the change. And this is probably the change that we're seeing now, is besides the pain and the sadness and the remorse and the heartbreak and the fear, worry, and anxiety and the being stuck in your head and having hope that you can heal this, and at the same time being walled off from the idea of healing it because I don't want to get hurt again. We've got the Hanged Man, like shit being just stuck. It's not moving forward at all. It's stuck, it's stagnant, it's frozen in place. Now the Hanged Man is hanging upside down because he's trying to look at things from a different perspective than normal, a different point of view than he would normally look at things from. And he's doing that trying to gain enlightenment about something. He's trying to figure out, why is this stuck? How do I get it unstuck so that I can move forward? It's a really similar energy to the Hermit, where they're both about figuring out, how do I move forward from here? This second card down in the underlying energy here is forward movement, leaving the past in the past and moving forward into the future. The key difference between this and the Hermit is where the focus is aimed. In the Hermit, it's focused inside yourself. It's focused like internally. Like, what is it about me that's got this stuck? What is it about me that I need to adjust about myself so that things can move forward the way I want? What changes do I need to make about me? This is the opposite of that. This is externally focused. This is the person who's looking at the people and the things and the situations and the circumstances external to them. What is it about all that stuff that has this stuck? Not what is it about me that has this stuck? And that's touching this King of Pentacles, which is probably representing your person. They look very seriously like the person whose actions led to all of this. And then in that case, this would be them not seeing their role in it or refusing to accept responsibility for their role in it. And instead, it's like playing the blame game. It's like, well, it's you. It's the reason I did this. Or if that chick wouldn't have walked past me looking all good and shit, then I wouldn't have did what I did. You know, it's the people, the external things that are the problem here, not me. It's all of you people are crazy. I'm the only sane one. That's kind of that feeling of that energy there. But it is clearly talking about things being stuck. Then we have the Page of Pentacles. News, messages, communications, about some physical, tangible opportunity here. He's carrying that Ace of Pentacles. This is also a stark contrast to the King. This would be the fully developed pinnacle of the suit. This is the lowest form of the court cards. This is like a child. This is like an undeveloped, not fully mature version of that King of Pentacles. This is like beginning stages of that. But this can also represent planning for the future. So that would be another thing that seems to be stuck, the planning for the future on how do we move forward from here. Planning for a future on whether we can turn this wheel around the other way. Planning for a future of, can this be healed? Can this be healed? Or should I keep my walls up? That's your energy in this connection. Let's scoot this stuff over and make some more room here. Take a look at your person's energy, because in their energy, it's not looking so great. We got the Three of Cups. There's the Fool that we just talked about. And then they got, this is their last card. It came out together. The Moon and the Six of Cups. I've already seen the Moon on your side. I've already seen the Fool on your side. In the underlying energy right at the very beginning, when I'm clarifying the Star, the hope, the healing, the Three of Swords was on the bottom. And like I said, that can be a third party love triangle thing that's causing some heartbreaking situation. Doesn't have to be, but it definitely can be. Their first card is the most important card in their energy, just like the Star was the most important for you. It's talking about healing after some tower moment where everything fell apart. Your belief about the way you thought it was collapsed, and this is your healing. Well, their first card, their most important energy, is the Three of Cups, which has two meanings. This can either be reconciliation, like being reunited and celebrating, or this can be that third party love triangle, because there are three cups of love in the picture here. I don't remember if I said this is Cancer energy. So let's clarify this. Tell me about this Three of Cups. Why is this here for Scorpio's person in February 2023, please? Why is that their first card? Thank you. Bottom of the deck, the Hierophant, Taurus major arcana energy. This is a card of commitment. This is about being in a committed relationship. This is like advancing a relationship and the commitment therein to the next level from wherever it was. This is a marriage card, or going in the direction of marriage, advancing it that way. So it looks like we were either in a marriage or we were at the minimum in a committed relationship where we either live together or we're going down that path of living together when whatever this is occurred. Three of Swords. You can't make this shit up. The heartbreak and sadness from a third energy, Libra energy. Could be a third party here in the midst of a very committed relationship, potentially even a marriage. Four of Cups, more Cancer energy. Notice what the person's staring at. They're staring at Three Cups. Clarifying the Three Cups. This is an energy of being emotionally discontent, emotionally not fully happy with what they have in front of them. So much so that they keep daydreaming about this other cup, this other thing that they believe might lead them to more happiness and fulfillment. I said at the beginning, this Eight of Cups, this shared energy affecting you both, is someone walking away from the 8 cups that they have because they think there's something better out there for them, and they got to go find out. They're going to go see if the grass is greener on the other side. This is them daydreaming about and being distracted by that other cup that they think is going to be their 9th and their 10th cup. Like if you got 8 cups and you get another one handed to you, well, now there's wish fulfillment. There's personal happiness and wish fulfillment. And then there's surrounding that forward movement in terms of advancing a love offer, advancing a love connection, and moving forward with passionate messages, moving forward down a new path toward passion and desire, towards something new. Now this can represent a love offer on the table between the two of you, and it just hasn't been accepted or rejected yet. That could be the thing that's being grinded on. Do they make the love offer to you? I don't know. I don't know what's the safe move to make. It could be they've already made the love offer and you're grinding on, do I accept it or not? doesn't really look that way. It's looking an awfully hell of a lot like third party, and I'm distracted. I'm not happy anymore with what I have with you. It's no longer good enough, and I want to go see if this other cup will actually make me happy like I think. Son of a bitch. Ace of Wands right behind that. New beginning in passion and desire, a passionate new beginning. This is the wand. It's the phallic symbol of the deck. It represents the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy, sex. The devil, I don't know how much more clear that can be. This is Capricorn major arcana energy. This is a heavy toxic energy. This is obsession with the wand, addiction to the wand. It's like a feeling of being trapped by and controlled by the wand, the desires, the urges, the impulses that they have, like can't escape that. There's something that they feel trapped by and can't escape. It's also someone very similar to what I was describing here, where it's always this external shit that's at fault, not me. This is the person who's in denial. This is the person who there's something about them that's way off, that needs addressed, that needs fixed, and they haven't put the work in to do that because they pretend like it's not there. They push it down, they repress it, they deny it, they won't face it, they won't look at it because they don't have the courage or the strength to do it. And it is there. And not only is it there because they're pushing it down and repressing it and ignoring it and pretending like it's not, it rears its ugly head in very unconscious ways. Impulses, urges, desires, spontaneous action where they didn't even realize what the hell they're doing because it's in control of them and they're not in control of it. This is somebody who is being controlled by the sexual desires and stuff, is what it looks like to me. Page of Cups, emotionally immature. This is someone who is flirtatious, passing around lovey-dovey flirtatious messages and communications. He's got a fish in the cup. Like he doesn't want to be looked at. This is like sleight of hand. Hey, look over here while I do the magic trick and make this shit disappear, and I don't want you to see what I'm really doing. Fits right in line with the moon. There's something hidden in the dark, something they don't want you to see. And it looks like a third cup of love. When I clarify that 3 cups, I get the Queen of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, Judgment, Knight of Pentacles. Strange, I have the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. The one that I'm missing is the Queen of Pentacles. I'm missing the wife figure, the stable, committed person I'm building my world around. I'm missing that. First clarifier, Queen of Swords, Libra energy. This is she who knows the truth. This is about speaking the truth on something, probably in a cutting kind of a way. Or it's about cutting off the things or the people that are no longer in their best interest. Could be that they got severed by you for having a third cup. Could be that you didn't have the facts to support that, but you knew the truth anyway because you could just feel it. You could tell your intuition, your gut feeling, something told you. You knew anyway that something was off, and there was a speaking of truth on that and the severing of that. It could be that they have the third cup and they decide, you know what, I'm going to go down this new path here. I'm going to go down this brand new path toward the passion thing. I'm going to go after my wish fulfillment and my personal happiness and my jollies, and I'm going to advance in a different direction than you. And sorry, Scorpio, but you're getting the axe. Could be either of those things. Could be both. It could be a played out in order there. 2 of Pentacles is next. Capricorn energy of a choice. 2s are always choices, a decision. This is a physical, real world choice between 2 things that I can't have both of. And I'm going back and forth about it, weighing my options, looking at the pros and the cons, and juggling it, asking questions like, do I or don't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Should I take Scorpio? Should I take this other person that grass might be greener with? It's like, can't make up my mind. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, going back and forth, emotionally off balance, probably because they're emotionally immature and they got shit to deal with that they're just not willing to face. This can, at the bad end of the card, as if that wasn't bad enough, but at the worst end of the card, it can be someone who's juggling 2 people. Next, we have Judgment. This is a very powerful decision card here. This is about them passing a final verdict and judgment on a situation. They're hearing this decision back and forth about it, can't make up their mind, and then suddenly one of those options is severed, a final decision is made. This is, in a love reading, can be about passing a final verdict and judgment on the connection, calling it dead and over with, or deciding to resurrect it and bring it back to life and transform it in a way that's never going to be like this again. I don't see anything that indicates that's what's going on. This is more like, dude, I made my decision and I'm out, see you. Or they got severed for having a third party and juggling, and that was the decision that was handed to them. Not sure. Could be one way for you and a different way for the very next Scorpio that watches this after you, but their final clarifier for the Three of Cups is the Knight of Pentacles. Slowest moving knight in the deck. Doesn't feel like that. It feels like the person who knows what they're supposed to do and isn't doing it. That's why the fields are barren. They know they're supposed to not have third cups of love. They're in a committed connection. Yet what do? Bring a third cup of love in, bring a third energy in, cause heartbreak and sadness. Why? Because I can't get it out of my head. I can't quit thinking about and daydreaming about this other cup and my wand that I want to go get wet. And I got all this devil compulsive energy propelling me forward into like advancing on a love offer. They probably struggled against it and tried to contain themselves and rein themselves in and resist it, but they failed ultimately. And they went and did it, and they did the thing that they knew they weren't supposed to, and instead of doing what they were supposed to do, they just didn't do that at all. Next in their energy supports that too, central to their energy, the Fool. Just taking that blind leap of faith. Screw it, I'm going to go for it. I'm not thinking about it whatsoever. Throw caution to the wind. I'm going for it. I'll figure this out as I move along. Risky behavior, foolish behavior, taking risks outside the connection. It's also card 0 of the Major Arcana. First card of the Major Arcana, first card of the whole tarot deck. That is a beginning on something. Tell me about the Fool, please. Why is the Fool here for Scorpio's person in February 2023? Let's get this one. There we go. On the bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords. That doesn't fit right in line with the Fool, and pretty sure we already saw these two cards together over here. This is that spontaneous action taker that doesn't think it through beforehand or while they're doing it. They just rush in, do it really abruptly and decisively, and rush out, and now it's too late to do anything about it. Wheel of Fortune. Again, you've seen me shuffle this, right? Like, I've shuffled it a lot, and here we are getting those cards again in the same order. That abrupt, spontaneous action is what changed everything. The Hermit. This is Virgo Major Arcana. This is withdrawal, isolation, like communication shutting down. Either they went hermit mode and quiet on you and ghosted you and didn't talk anymore, or you did that to them after what happened. When I clarify the Fool, 6 of Swords, the Emperor, and the Sun. 6 of Swords, Aquarius energy, moving forward into calmer waters, leaving the rough, choppy waters behind, moving away from something that's painful and forward toward what it is that they want. Look, right, the way it's laid on the table, look what they're moving away from. Queen of Swords, she who knows the truth. I'm moving away from that because now you know the truth about me, and that's painful, and I don't want that. Do I think they're making the right choice with, am I carrying the burden forward into the future with me, or am I carrying the lesson forward with me? They haven't learned any lesson at all. Probably one of the reasons why I keep seeing Wheel of Fortune over and over again. This is a repeating cycle that keeps happening. This probably ain't their first trip around the block of doing this to you, or if it is the first time doing it to you, it ain't the first time they've done it to someone else. Especially when I see the Devil with it, like the Devil and the Wheel of Fortune, that's like the karmic hamster wheel. That's like, I did this thing because I was supposed to learn a lesson. I didn't learn the lesson. I'm in denial about it. It ain't my fault. And that traps them into doing it again and again and again and again. And it's like failing third grade over and over and over again and keep screwing off and keep failing third grade. It's like being in the hamster wheel where they're just going and going and going and nothing ever changes. But they're leaving something behind and moving into the future. And here again, leaving you behind, moving away from your side of the table into a different future, just like they're doing here. Next, we have the Emperor, the Aries Major Arcana card. This is a card of control. This is about someone taking control of a situation, taking charge of a situation. It's a master manifester kind of an energy, like more toned down than the Magician we've seen already. But this is still someone who has all the abilities and resources to put together a plan to get what they want and then execute that plan to get what they want. Sometimes that's a really positive energy. It's not somebody who sits on their ass and just expects the world to be handed to them. It's a person who decides what they want, they put together a plan to get it, and then they get up and go do it. But this don't feel positive to me. This feels like somebody who's not in control of themselves, but acts controlling to you, to other people, tries to control, like a control freak type of an energy here. Especially when it's got tied in with this, the devil, and all this like over and over again kind of like obsessiveness in their head. This also feels like the person who's in control of the whole situation, though. Like, not that they're in control of themselves and did the right thing, but they're the ones in control of the whole scenario that I'm seeing right here. Like, if there's this idea of you having some choice in the matter, your only choice in the matter is whether or not you allow them to repeat this on you or not. I feel like if you allow them to like try to come back, it's going to be bad. I really don't even see anything that makes me think that they want to come back, though. Final card to clarify the Fool is the Sun. Leo Major Arcana energy. This is the happiest card in the deck. Usually, happiness, joy, abundance, bliss, harmony. Hard to get a better card than this in a love reading, except when that ain't what it means. And it doesn't feel at all like that's what it means. So we've got something here being hidden in the dark with the Moon. The very next card for them I'm going to clarify next is the Moon again with the Six of Cups. The Moon is card 18 of the Major Arcana. This is card 19 of the Major Arcana. So we've got the Star, the Moon, the Sun, 17, 18, 19. It's like a progression forward here. When the Moon is out, it's dark. This can represent something being hidden in the dark, a secret being kept. The Sun is the next step. When it's dark, it becomes light when the sun comes out. Now what's hidden in the dark has been exposed because the light's been shined on it. This feels like the thing they were doing that was foolish got exposed. You knew without knowing anyway, but now you've got facts here and you confront them on it. It looks like, and everything goes sideways from there. The Moon, Six of Cups. Fear, worry, anxiety, secrets being kept, something hidden in the dark. Looks like what that was is the Six of Cups, Scorpio energy of the past. So this can be thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, someone from the past. Could be that they've got some secret thing going on, taking risks with some third party that's someone that they have a history with already. This card of the past or someone from the past doesn't always mean that this is someone they used to be with at some point in the past. This could just be someone that's not a brand new person, someone that they already know and have known for some period of time. This is not a new person. This is someone that there is some level of history with, whether that's romantic history or just a friend that they know or someone that they work with. It ain't a brand new person. I don't think this is a case of they went to the nightclub and met some brand new person and spontaneously did stuff with them. This is someone that they already know. Tell me about the Moon and the Six of Cups, please. Why is that here for Scorpio's person in February 2023? Very interesting. I don't read reversals, so whenever one comes out upside down, I don't know, you probably have seen me do it. I don't even realize that I do it, but when it comes out upside down, I just flip it over. I don't think about it. Like, to me, it seems silly to read cards in reverse because, like, really, do you hang pictures on your wall upside down? I don't. I don't put pictures in my wallet upside down or put them on the desktop of my computer upside down. So it seems weird to me to put cards upside down for no reason. But this one came out in reversed. And when I turned it right side up, it called at me. So this is feeling like I'm supposed to tell you the negative end of this and not the positive end of it. So I'm going to leave that one in reverse just to remind me of that. On the bottom of the deck here, Four of Cups, Cancer energy. Emotionally discontent, not happy with what's in front of me, daydreaming about, distracted by, and can't get my mind off of, can't quit grinding on this other cup, this other thing that would lead me to my happiness and fulfillment. I'm not happy with what I have here, and I want to go see if the grass is greener elsewhere. And it looks like that's exactly what they did. They kept it a secret. It's probably someone from their past. It might even be someone that they used to be with. It actually might be an ex-wife or a very committed ex-person that they were maybe not married to but were with. I've got the Hierophant behind that. Taurus energy of marriage, commitment, taking a commitment to the next level. This would be a marriage card. Three of Swords, heartbreak and sadness from a third energy. That's the third party that we're talking about. It's definitely someone from their past. Potentially someone that they either lived with or were married to or were going down that route. King of Cups. This is someone who has a lot of love and emotions, but they don't wear their heart on their sleeve. This is not someone who's going to publicly broadcast what they're doing or what they're feeling. Got the Moon here, something being hidden. The Moon's here in the center column of your card, something being hidden. This is someone who had feelings that they weren't expressing. Whether that's they've got feelings for this other person and they're not being upfront about that, or whether this is they're in some kind of emotional turmoil because of what they're doing and they're not being upfront about that. And you wouldn't really be able to tell very easily because they've got one hell of a poker face. I think the only sign that would be able to read that is probably you, Scorpio. But there's definitely a third energy here with a sense of commitment to it. And when I clarify this, I get the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and there's the Six of Cups again. So I've got the Moon out here in both decks, the Six of Cups out here in both decks. And anytime I'm clarifying a card, and I get the same card as one of the clarifiers, that's the universe beating me over the head to make sure I understand and can convey to you that, dude, I done told you, it's someone from the past. This ain't a brand new person. This is someone they have some history with. This Ace of Swords in reverse, like this is the sword of truth, the sword of clarity. It's upside down, which means, again, it's not truth. It's not clarity. That stuff is what's being hidden. The truth is being hidden. Like, this could also be the sword you sever a relationship or a person with. And again, that didn't take place either. That's not here. This person from my past isn't really severed. They're not really left in the past. And there's not truth about that. The next card is the Knight of Wands. This is the second fastest knight in the deck. It's like rapid, passionate action, like rapid forward movement on something that there's passion and desire for. This is oftentimes called the player of the tarot deck. It's a wishy-washy, in and out, back and forth bullshit kind of an energy where they come rushing in all passionately and get what they want, and then they go somewhere else just as passionately and get what they want there. Come back and forth trying to play both sides of the fence, trying to juggle two people and not get caught, taking risks outside of the connection, and then ultimately trying to keep it a secret, and ultimately it gets exposed. The next card is the Queen of Pentacles. So now I finally have the King and the Queen of Pentacles out here. But this is a weird feeling to me. This still doesn't feel like you. this feels like person I used to be married to or live with or was in that kind of a committed connection that was going that route. Like this could be somebody who's now gone back to their ex-wife or gone back to their, you know, their ex-person. Doesn't have to be female or male just because there's a female on the card. It's feminine energy, not female gender. But this could be someone who's gone back to their ex that they were married or heavily committed to, and at some point that's gotten exposed. It also could be at some point they have some serious level of happiness or feelings of happiness tied to that person from their past. It's definitely someone from their past. Like right here it is together. The Queen of Pentacles is the person from the past. This is a person from the past making a comeback. It's moving this direction. Like every movement card they have is moving that way, away from you and toward where the Queen of Pentacles person from the past is. The only one that's not is the player, the one who rushes in all passionate to get what they want and tries to play both sides of the fence. Every other card is moving that way. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. And when you do, you'll be taken to more Scorpio love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.